So I had someone comment, I think maybe a couple of times on some of the YouTube videos about this tornado video. Columbus, the best tornado footage ever shot. It was, when was this? It's definitely older. 1998 actually, this one. It's only 13 minutes, so it's not too long or anything like that. But someone's been asking me to watch it. And it's another tornado event that we can add to our tornado collection. Ah, hiccup. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is a massive tornado. This one's iconic. The Columbus one. All right. Let's see.
It's June 23rd, 1998, and Columbus, Nebraska farmer Andy Ulmer has just arrived home when he sees this out of his window. Andy quickly got his video camera and began to record the monster as it was coming directly towards his house. Over the course of the next few minutes, he would provide the world with some of the best tornado footage ever shot.
Dang.
It's late June of 1998 and the tornado season is well underway, and it's been a historic one. An extremely active first half of the year has left the US on its heels. A few anomalous events have happened so far, including Florida's deadliest tornado outbreak in history in February, an unseasonably strong tornado outbreak in Minnesota in March,
In
a couple
Florida?
of F5 tornadoes in Alabama and Tennessee in April, and the
Yep.
only ever high-risk severe weather event issued for the Northeast in May. This active trend would continue into June, which brings us to June 23rd, 1998. Throughout the day, a moderately strong trough had swept across portions of the central US, situating itself over Nebraska. Across the state, temperatures rose into the low and mid-80s. Dew points also rose to nearly 75 degrees, signifying extremely humid air.
Yeah, didn't like humidity actually make it worse too? I know like having like the hotter the weather is, the stronger the storms could be, which makes sense and everything, but I guess humidity plays a part in that too. I don't know science very much. I don't know science that well. But yeah, humidity sucks, by the way. If you don't experience it, you're lucky.
This warm air mass allowed for a pocket of
It does
CAPE with
add.
values approaching 4,500 to enter the area. This CAPE, or convective available potential energy, aka fuel for thunderstorms, would significantly aid in what would happen later in the day.
A few
As we
factors.
travel
Oh,
20,000 feet up from the ground, we find moderately strong 40 to 50 knot winds out of the southwest. However, when we travel back down to just a few thousand feet off the ground, we find what was the real secret sauce to this event. What were measly winds throughout most of the day quickly and suddenly got sent into overdrive mode by what's known as the low-level jet. The low-level jet is a near daily occurrence during the spring and summer, when the low-level winds in the atmosphere significantly increase around and after sunset.
huh.
This is typically caused when the upper levels of the atmosphere cool as the day goes on, which causes a pressure gradient between the cool upper atmosphere and the warm lower atmosphere. This pressure gradient
This is very scientific. I wish I knew more about this stuff. I only knew like the basics. Like, hey, that cloud is a cumulonimbus, and that's a cirrus cloud, and that's the Goku's nimbus cloud. That's all I knew. And I thought it was interesting, and tornadoes and stuff, and how hail worked and all of that. But there's so many things that I just didn't know about that, like this, like the different, like lower and upper atmosphere, the temperatures of that. Yeah, and that's a cloud, and that's the ground, and that's the sky.
then results in strong winds flowing from the cool air to the warm air. This low-level jet does a couple of things that significantly benefits tornadoes. The first is that the sharp increase in low-level winds significantly increases the amount of shear or spin, which is obviously critical to tornadoes. The other is that the low-level jet can pull much more favorable environmental conditions for tornadoes northwards with it as the evening goes on. The low-level jet would prove quintessential on June 23, 1998, as it brought in with it more explosive environmental conditions in from the south and also evolved what was just average wind shear throughout most of the day into very strong wind shear by the evening. As the day progressed, a dry line developed and spanned a majority of the Central Plains and would serve as the focal point for thunderstorm development.
Already getting severe storm warnings for your area. Temps going to be in the high 90s and hundreds. Please keep an eye on that. Especially if it's like, oh, there's a possible chance of some storms. You never know when pop-ups are just going to randomly happen. And sometimes pop-ups are pretty strong. A little crazy, too.
As the environment cooked throughout the afternoon, explosive storm initiation finally occurred just after 6 p.m. local time, and storms moved northeast. As the thunderstorms continued to develop in eastern Nebraska, 3 separate residents who were in the path would unknowingly be some of the only people to document what was about to happen. The main storm of
Yeah, I
interest.
had to think back in 1998. I mean, people didn't have cell phones, and all that. Well, like what we have, I think. What did we have? Did we have cell phones in 19? Nokia? Basically, we didn't have smartphones back in 1998. You know, so we're not getting a whole lot of footage on this. So to have several people get it, that's pretty impressive.
Developed just barely to the southwest of
Yeah,
the
true.
city
Home
of
cameras.
Columbus, Nebraska, and slowly moved towards town. Just before entering
It's very
town, the storm
limited.
put down its first tornado. The tornado, which touched down just to the north of Duncan, was a relatively weak F1 that remained on the ground for just a couple of miles. After lifting, the city of Columbus looked to be staring straight down the barrel of another tornado, with the supercell reorganizing and heading towards town. All residents could do, though, was just hold their breath and hope. Luckily, though, and even though the storm was spinning like a top, it passed over town without producing. Just as the storm is
Oof.
exiting the Columbus city limits, Kent Sunderman, who is just north of town, begins to record.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this video title is not lying. This is excellent footage. I mean, we have. What would you? I forgot what that would be called as it's coming down. And what is it called? Remind me. But like, just get that full view of it forming, basically. That's pretty good. Especially when everything is flat too. That definitely helps. But but this is. I'm gonna move my head a little bit so you guys can see the full thing. Supercell, yeah, Supercell.
Amazingly, just 3 miles after passing through town, the storm put down its next tornado, which is initially just an uncondensed bowl with slight ground circulation. Kent records the tornado as it makes a few unsuccessful attempts at fully condensing, when he then realizes that the storm has produced another tornado to the south.
Oh, maybe the big
This
one would
satellite
produce
tornado
something
is
fast.
another relatively weak F1 and is also moving northeast. Just a few minutes later, the first tornado would try another attempt at fully condensing, and this one would prove successful. Spectacularly, the tornado goes from a barely visible funnel to a large stovepipe tornado in just the matter of seconds.
Yeah, those are the sirens.
It's hitting the ground. Oh man, I hope somebody doesn't get hurt over there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, this video is really cool and all and amazing. However, imagine being the person who sees it like coming down like that, but you're helpless. Like if there's people over there that's about to hit, you can't do anything. Basically, you can't do anything. I mean, you can help with any aftermath possibly, but it's just like you feel just helpless.
Oh no.
It's on the ground.
It's on the ground. Should we call somebody?
Call who?
I don't know, because it's on the ground.
Right there, I'm pretty sure, by the lake dock.
It is on the ground.
I mean, I guess you can.
Look at it turn.
I mean, how does that work? Do you call like your weather station? Does that work and say, "Hey, I have footage just on the ground," kind of thing? I know, I'm sure they have people out in the, out there, etc. But what's up, Knox? I don't know what I only know what I would do. Thank you for the follow.
Turning into something big.
The tornado continues to increase its size and strength as it tracks over rural farmland. The tornado initially moved northeast and then turned to the north, then northwest, before coming to an almost complete stop and eventually moving back off to the northeast.
This terrifies me. Like, oh, if it's going a straight line, or if you see it moving, it's not heading towards you. Well, what about this one? This house right here, it's like you can see it from here going this way, then all of a sudden it goes, oh, actually, let me go back this way. That's terrifying. That's why you should remain in the basement until it's gone, because you don't know if it's going to start loop-de-looping either.
Meanwhile, Arlen Wilkie, who is just 3 miles to the northeast of Sunderman, also spots the approaching twister and begins to record as well. The tornado, which has been moving slowly and erratically, continues to grow in size to 1/4 mile wide.
To Arnie's and Lucy's.
The circulation.
Jerry Arnie's place, Lucy's, that area. Doc Rungy. Nothing left? Nothing left of them trees. Is that the long branch? Where are you at home? Did it touch down? Yes, we're standing in front of our house, in front of my house.
As Arlen is recording,
That's amazing too. Why is this footage is so good?
the tornado is inflicting some of its first damage on a
Hi,
few
Debbie.
farmhouses to his east.
Arlen is here at my place. Nobody's at his place. I think it's east of his place. It's right into Irma Rickards about. Watch your power. Watch even east of that. It's hard to tell. Watch power. Watch Ruben's house.
Oh man, oh that's so close.
There's a freight train from my house. Tell Todd we got it on video. We got it on video from right here. We're just about to see a house disappear, I think. It's on the other side of Ruben. It's on the other side. It's on the other side now. I went past Irma's house and we can still see Irma's house. So it's somewhere on the other side of Irma Rickards' house. It didn't touch it. It went north of Irma Rickards. And it didn't touch it. Get some people over to Lucy's and that area. Tell Arnold. And it went right through Arnie's place and it's ow! Get that, I want that as a souvenir. Right there. Jerry Arnie's place had to be hit, I would think. I don't know.
People used to it, that guy's just laughing.
There's a huge one down there.
Yeah, I ain't going out there either.
Why does it look like there's two in here? Like I know there's one big funnel. I know there's usually multiple vortices, whatever, however you pronounce it. It looks like this one's like spinning on its own, and that one's spinning on its own, or this one's spinning all around. This one's just spinning in a little circle right here. Maybe.
While the
Never mind.
tornado is passing to Arlen's east,
Kinda
it's
looks
heading
like it.
directly towards Andy Ulmer, who is about 5
Hi,
miles
Rob.
further to the northeast.
Come on, you mean nobody has to go on your reading?
Look at the swirls.
I know it.
You're too calm about this.
Andy has just arrived home from the airport and was in the process of changing clothes when he noticed the tornado out of his window, and he also begins to record.
Look at the blue one.
Yeah.
I was just here changing clothes. Hey, what's that loud sound? Oh, it's just a tornado over there. Okay. So what we having for dinner? Like what? Y'all are too quiet, or not too quiet. Y'all are too calm right now.
Blue one.
Right there. Whole bunch of little ones.
Warning? Oh.
Yes, it's a warning. It's on the ground.
I think
Huge.
which way is it going? Is it coming this way?
It was just sitting there.
Well, it may look like it's sitting there.
He
That's not
mentions in the
good.
video that the tornado doesn't seem to be moving, which is a telltale sign that it's coming directly at you. For instance, if you look at the left edge of the tornado and use the tree line as a reference point, it's not moving left or right, which means it's coming directly at them. Meanwhile, back at Arlen's location, the tornado passed directly to his east and now has an audible roar heard on the video.
Palm Ranch must have destroyed it.
What'd you say, Paul?
Go get that big hailstone. It's a baseball size one.
Baseball?
Okay there.
Did it hit there?
Sounded like it.
You just don't go get in that hailstorm and go grab a
The
piece of hail.
tornado impacted some of his neighbors' houses down the road, but luckily they avoided a direct hit and the property sustained only moderate damage.
That's
The
moderate.
tornado continues on its northeast track directly towards the Ulmer residence. Even though the tornado is still a few miles away from his location, you can now hear the audible roar of the tornado on his video as well, indicating that this is likely a violent tornado.
Hope we got insurance paid up, dear. There's some damn big hailstorms coming down.
Hi. Come on, Andy.
Okay, now finally someone's actually concerned in here. It's always like the dad. Say, look at that storm. Yeah, that's some big hail coming over here. That tornado ain't moving. I wonder why it's just sitting there. And now the wife's like, And there's a lot of concern. You hear her being a little shaky now, which, I mean, I don't blame her. I would be too. And especially if this tree line disappeared right here. Where's my So if I click on the video, it'll play. Like this tree line, if that disappears, then I am passing out probably at that point.
Woo.
Is our insurance current?
Definitely- No.
Can you call? Add
That's
extra
the tornado
insurance right now.
light.
But you can hear the hail. It has not
Shit.
moved. Yeah, it is. What is that? That looks like freaking Ganon's castle from Breath of the Wild. Like that. Just like even the coloring looks really creepy. Like, why is it? That's weird looking. Horizontal
It ain't.
vortices? Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's so you can see like the 3 lines. I'm just all these just spinning. Like this is like the further wall, and this is the closer wall. It's just bye bye. It's just going away. It's curling back in. That's so weird looking. It's not like one solid thing. It's just three strands of like cloud, basically.
See this thing.
Andy's wife Susan
Huge.
very understandably begins to try and convince him to put the video camera down and to seek shelter in the basement, but he can't take his eyes off of it.
Yeah, sir, I think the tornado has widened, and I think you need to take cover. As in, widen getting closer to you.
After a few more minutes of recording, Andy finally begins to realize the danger, but remembers that he was in the midst of changing clothes when he began to record. He then
Fair to
proceeds
finish.
to utter one of the funniest and most iconic lines ever.
Yeah, I was about to say, where's that tree line go? Unless it was this right here, but it's getting a little blurry. Getting a little blurry, so I think it's time. You better put those pants on and get down in the basement.
From a tornado video.
Susan, get my pants.
Once
You
Andy
standing out there in your undies? You just standing out there in your tie-dye just videotaping a tornado? I understand, like changing your shirt and everything, but you go out there pantless.
puts all of his clothes back on, he obliges to his wife's request and stops recording to take shelter.
Well, I'm getting in.
Yeah, you better.
However, just a minute or so later, Andy changes his mind and once again goes to the door to record again.
Get in there
As if the tornado
now!
could not get any more visually impressive, it begins to instantaneously change its form from a wedge to a traditional rope tornado.
Sir, that, and you're standing outside now too? Oh, dang, that's cool. Okay, well, I mean, I think your sacrifice was not in vain, I guess, because that was pretty cool watching it go from a wedge to that normal funnel looking thing. He said rope. I guess it's going to turn into a rope soon, but okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, at least he has pants on this time. So if he does get taken by the tornado, at least he's got pants on. Hope they're brown pants.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, Nelly.
And then, in another instance,
Here's all the debris.
it's gone.
No way!
Andy once again heads downstairs to seek shelter.
It just vanished? Did you scare it away with your pantless body? Or, oh no, this is what, I know what happened. I know what happened. He attracted the tornado. The tornado was heading to the west. And then, according to the camera, apparently it's heading east. But it was going to the side, and then it's like, hey, you don't have pants on. Wow, let me get a closer look. Wow, a sussy tornado. The tornado starts heading his way. And then when he put his pants back on, it started to go away. He's like, oh, you put pants on? I can't have that. I must go back to my people and to the clouds. Like, what? The pantless man has defeated the tornado. Dude just lands in Oz. Dude just lands in Oz pantless. I'm gonna go back without pausing and just to watch that thing just disappear. That was fantastic. Wow. Okay. I want to go to where it was still a wedge, and they'll have like the little intermission talking, and then okay, yeah. No, I'm not gonna pause. I'm gonna move my head too.
Change its form from a wedge to a traditional rope tornado.
You see the 2 of them twisting. Oh my gosh, she's so cool looking. And then just turns into the one.
Oh, Nelly.
And then, in another instance, it's gone.
It's just gone.
Oh, went up in the clouds.
Gone.
Andy once again heads downstairs.
Just vanished. Hello everyone, I'm Spit with Spit 6 News. We just received some breaking news that can change our lives. We have Spit on the scene right now, live, with someone who has vital details about this. Isn't that right, Spit? You are correct, Spit. I am standing here with Spit, who wants to share some amazing details with us. So, Spit, what would you like to tell the world? I just wanted to let everyone know about this amazing product called GamerSupps. I got the dreadful tired and needed a boost, and GamerSupps got me back up and moving. They also provide hydration and relaxation versions too. That sounds amazing. Any secrets we need to know about? Yes, use code SPIT at checkout to save 10% on your purchase. Well, you heard it here. If you need energy, hydration, or relaxation, GamerSupps has you covered. Thank you for watching. I'm Spit with Spit 6 News. Have a wonderful day with some GamerSupps.
It's gone.
Just like
Oh,
that.
went up in the clouds.
Just like that.
Andy once again heads downstairs to seek shelter.
It's not the Dead Man Walking one. It's like the Columbus one back in 1998. So we're just getting like crazy footage from people of this tornado, and it wasn't lying. This is great footage.
When Andy once again returns upstairs to record some more, he finds that the tornado has dropped once again as a rope.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is new.
However, by some miracle, the tornado made an abrupt and hard turn to the west and somehow missed their farm.
Yeah, because he scared off the tornado by putting his pants on.
While Andy is recording the tornado in its final stages from right under it, Arlen and Kent are filming it from miles away to the southwest in much safer spots. Back at the Ulmer residence, though, Andy records the last seconds of the tornado's life as it actually turns back to the east after passing by the farm.
Wow.
Eventually,
Yep,
though, the
he
rope
saved it.
finally dissipates. After this tornado lifted, the storm continued traveling northeast, and it would produce another 4 tornadoes over the course of the next 2.5 hours. I couldn't really find any other information on these additional tornadoes. In fact, information and damage pictures from the main tornado are also very scarce. Ultimately, though, the main tornado was rated as an F2, with estimated wind speeds between 113 and 157 miles per hour.
That was only an F2? That was only an F2? That thing was massive! I know we're in an area that's, not very populated because it's just out in the country, like, farmland area. But just an F2? Surprising.
This tornado was almost certainly much stronger than the official ratings suggest. However, since it mainly stayed over open fields, F2 damage was the highest that surveyors found.
Yeah, I guess I was right.
The Columbus, Nebraska tornado of 1998 is another classic example of the limitations of tornado ratings, as this one was almost certainly stronger than the assigned rating.
Oh,
but
definitely.
luckily though for locals, it mainly stayed over open fields, causing us in all likelihood to never know how truly powerful it was.
Good video, dude. Amazing video. That was amazing. I'm glad that was recommended. That was so good. I didn't know, like, tornadoes can just vanish like that instantly. I thought it took longer for it to actually kind of go away. I wasn't anticipating, like, oh, it's the final. Oh, well, okay, it's just gone now. Bye. I don't know. I guess I just assumed they just turned smaller and smaller until they just kind of vanish. I never knew they just went, boop, gone. Yeah, that guy got super lucky. Just going around the entire farm. And again, that's why I always say, even though, if it's like not heading towards you, it can turn. They can turn to you if they're not already angled that way. So, always have to be careful.